Hey, what's up? We are Simple Plan and you're on 9XO. I'm on.
Our first album came out 10 years ago, and I would say the highlights of our career would be getting the opportunity to make our first album, getting our record deal, getting to play with amazing bands, opening up for Green Day, Blink-182, Sugar Ray. Touring the world, seeing the planet, going to South America, all over Asia, Australia, South Africa, Canada, US, everywhere. And I think the highlights have been just being able to keep doing what we're doing, you know, just being able to make 4 albums, tour the world, keep our fans, meet our fans, play shows, and just be able to make a career out of making music, you know, being a band for a living, you know, for a career. It's been an amazing adventure.
We've been the same guys since the start too.
Except you've changed a lot, man.
Except same 4 guys,
yeah.
5 guys.
Yeah. Me and Seb changed haircuts.
Yeah, haircuts. You had a few as well. Jeff is very constant in his haircuts though.
Very important.
It's been very great though. Lots of fun times.
I think it's clear that we're better than all of the others.
I think for sure there's definitely a feeling of sort of community and a certain camaraderie and a certain style of music, you know, that we play. I think there's a lot of bands that we've toured with on the Warped Tour and that we've met along the years. You know, there's MXPX, Blink-182, Good Charlotte, Green Day.
Sum 41.
Who else is out there that we play with a lot? It's in the same style.
Newfound Glory.
Well, there's so many of those bands that were basically introduced to us through a tour called the Warped Tour, and over the years we played many shows with them. So some of them became friends, other enemies. No, I'm kidding. We're just basically, yeah, we're part of that obviously that little society, but at the same time, we've toured with so many different acts, you know, the Black Eyed Peas. We've toured over the years with, like, I don't know, so many crazy acts that, you know, you kind of know those people a little bit. They're not necessarily friends, but they become acquaintances. And we're really happy every time we see them and we cross paths, you know, in those amazing countries that we visit while touring.
I think this year we came out with our biography / photo book, sort of a encyclopedia of our career. It's called The Official Story, and it really is sort of a biography that comes along with a lot of pictures. It's kind of like a coffee table book that also has the entire story from start to finish, from basically our beginnings to before the band, even from before the band to today. So it's yeah, it's kind of, I think for us it was a way for us to sort of seal all the memories and have a photo album for ourselves, for our kids and grandkids, and sort of a way for us to look back at the last 10, 12 years of our career and be able to really appreciate it and really get a sort of a big picture of what's happened. Because even though it's happened to us and even though we've been there the whole time, unless you really go back in time and sort of try to remember all these moments and talk about them and put them in a book, you don't really remember them clearly, you know. So I think for us to be able to have an official timeline of what has happened and what we've accomplished and every step of the way, it's really a great way for us to be able to look back at all the things we've accomplished and enjoy it, you know, and see it for what it is.
And we're not going to lie to you, Christmas was just around the corner. We wanted to have a cool gift to give to our friends and family. So there we have it. It's funny that you mentioned we did get to play a show with Skrillex in France. It was really cool. It was a cool experience to see it happen live, you know. I don't know, would we do a dubstep remix? I don't think it would be us doing it.
No, I don't think so. But you know, we never say no to anything. You know, I think we're open to any sort of idea, and to say that it would happen or that it wouldn't right now, I think it's probably a little premature. Maybe we would. You know, I think that dubstep have some really cool breakdowns. It sounds super heavy, and that kind of stuff we've always enjoyed. And I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up on our record one of these days. And hey, if some dubstep artist wants to remix our music, I don't see why we would say no.
Go for it.
So it's definitely it's something that might possibly happen, but there's no real concrete plan of it yet.
We're the Simple Plan Foundation. The goal was, you know, it's a lot harder to raise money than people expected. So we're growing this foundation in a very healthy way. We're all volunteers. Every single penny that we make goes back to the foundation. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about our reach. So we try to be active socially in our surroundings. So in Quebec first, in Canada eventually. Now we're doing a lot more stuff with World Child on an international basis. We're very ambitious with this foundation. It could become an international thing eventually, but right now I would say it's mostly national. It's mostly Canadian. You know, obviously it resonates everywhere else too, but I think we need to focus on making this very stable before we grow. So who knows, maybe in 10 years, you know, that's what we're gonna be, but we're growing every year. People are being aware, like there's an awareness being brought upon this foundation now. It helps us raise more money. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to work, you know, here. We're going to be able to work elsewhere too. But at the same time, I think we need to grow to that, and we're not quite there yet.
I've never seen one fully. I mean, I've seen a couple of clips of some Bollywood stuff, and I've always thought it was very funny and very. I like the humor behind it and the sort of the comedy aspect, and very beautiful girls in the Bollywood movies too. Huh?
Yeah,
there was one on the plane that was pretty impressive. But anyways, I don't really have much knowledge of it.
Except for Slumdog Millionaire, obviously, which was big around the world. That was a very touching movie.
But
and you had a great musician, Ravi Shankar, that actually just passed away. It's funny. You know, like I was always a big fan of his music, like kind of curious about it. Never really quite understood it really well, but I was always, you know, brought to very exotic places, listening to his music. And obviously, he had a beautiful daughter called Nora Jones, which we love. So yeah, there's a lot of like we were listening to Indian music in the you know, in the cabs earlier, and it's very interesting, very different for us, you know. So it's exotic, it's beautiful, it's very charming. I sure wouldn't.
I sure wouldn't. You like the song? No, Chuck loves the song.
Hey, I think that if a song is gets the world's attention and gets people excited for any reason, I think that there's some merit to that. And even if people may like or not like the song, I think it's definitely has something that people like and something that is pleasing to most of the population.
If anything, it was a humoristic thing that people loved.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm really happy for the guy, and I don't see how that can particularly be applied to any other artists, because it's such a unique thing. It's one of those sort of flash in the pan kind of like moment that happens, and you can't really calculate it or really even imitate it. So I just think it's cool. It's cool to see that an artist that can cross over or can actually overcome the language barrier and really have a song that people don't even understand and can still be popular around the world. So I think it's a great thing. Yeah, we got tons of stuff coming. Our book just came out, as I said before. We're planning on releasing hopefully a live DVD and maybe a lifestyle DVD, some new music. We have some unreleased material that we're going to put out next year. Sort of in between that and a new record, and after that we'll start writing a new album and producing that, so it should take a little while. So that'll probably be out in 2014. But all that's in the works, and you know, just keep checking simpleplan.com for all the details.
Yep.